Thank you to the Grace Fellowship Ministries and to all of you in attendance tonight. This is going to be an historic year. When we go to the ballot to vote for president this year, a little further down the ballot, we're going to vote for a senator, and even further down the ballot, we're going to have a lot of propositions. But the last thing on the ballot is going to be the thing you should be concerned with, and that is this year we're voting for the very first time for the mayor of Moreno Valley. And that is historic for our city. I am Dr. Carrie Fenn, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background, some of my goals for the city tonight, and I'm also going to talk about some of the issues in the city of Moreno Valley. I am a retired U.S. Air Force veteran, spent 20 years in the United States military. When I retired from active duty, I went on to work for two universities, University of California, Riverside, as a senior telecommunications engineer, and then to the University of Redlands as an information technology director. I am a master certified telecommunications engineer. And once I completed working for those two organizations, I stayed at the University of Redlands, and now I teach there. I teach the use of IT in business. I'm an appointed commissioner. I'm a commissioner with the Riverside County Commission for Women, where I advocate for women, young families, women veterans, women homelessness. I am an advocate for women, and that is another reason I lead in my community. I'm also a member of the Measure M Citizens Oversight Committee here in the city of Moreno Valley, where we are accountable to you and your tax dollars and how they are spent in the Moreno Valley Unified School District. I'm also a member of a board for a nonprofit. I've been a member of that board for over 10 years. I'm a leader on that board. I sit on the governance committee, and I also work every year tirelessly to bring a little joy to the veterans over at the U.S. Vets facility at Mort Air Reserve Base. We host a holiday party for them, and I'm part of that leadership team. My goals for the city are to unite us, to propel us into the future, and ensure safe and sustainable communities. Our city does have a trust issue. We do need to be united as one singular city. And as mayor, my first day of the job, my first priority will be to rebuild trust that you have for city government. Because all the transparency...
Thank you, Dr. Finn.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to thank everyone involved in putting this on. Pastor Bell, thank you very much. My name is George Price. I moved one seat away so you wouldn't think I was the other Pete. First and foremost, I've been married 43 years. My wife Vicki is out in the audience. We have two children, 4 grandchildren that we have raised in Moreno Valley. I came to Moreno Valley in 1990 as the first director of Parks and Recreation. Probably all the parks that your children play in, the community center, the conference center, the senior center, I was involved in the development and construction of those facilities, and I'm very proud of that. When I came to Moreno Valley, it's a family trait. My parents were very active in the community where I grew up in Santa Fe Springs. My wife's family was very active in Oxnard. When we came to Moreno Valley, immediately became involved in improving our community. I've been involved in the Optimist Club, founding member of the Optimist Club. We raise money for kids programs. Somebody was talking earlier about what can we do to help kids. We raise money. Kids don't have to pay for the programs, they're free. One of the most proud accomplishments and programs that I started is we currently have been raising money for financially disadvantaged students who can't afford to buy varsity jackets, student athletes. We bought 62 jackets in 3 years. As I said, I've been involved in the Optimist Club. I've also been I'm currently on the Altura Credit Union Board of Directors. I'm a current member of the Sister City Advisory Committee. I'm a member of the Moreno Valley Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board of directors for the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and I could go on and on. I was honored in years past to be named Citizen of the Year. I didn't get involved in programs to get that honor, but I'm very proud and humbled to receive that honor. You know, people have talked about a lot of things tonight in the different districts, and I think they've touched on everything that is very important to us. Public safety, jobs, our image, and that is very important. You know, I didn't intend to run. After sitting 27 years on the other side of the dais and seeing what was going on, I didn't want any more of it. But I had to step up when I saw that all the work that we did to improve our community was going right down the drain. Cutting 34 police officers, the library funds have been mentioned. What Brian didn't have time to mention is that, yeah, they took the 23 million, they're repaying only 11 million of that 23 million. Pretty good deal. You know, give me 23 million tonight, I'll pay you 11 million tomorrow. So we do have issues.
Thank you, Mr. Price. We'll get to some of those issues, those particular issues. Mr. P.
How's everybody doing? So I won't go too much into my background and who I am, but I'll just briefly state who I am, and then I would like to encourage all of you to go to my website, peting2016.com, or get a flyer from my brother out there, and then you can look a little bit more into my
He looks
history.
just like him. Raise your hand, brother. David and Darnell.
Unfortunately, there's not too much time to speak about the issues in our community, discuss the economic, social, and environmental injustice that we're facing in our community. But that's why I need to start early and kind of just step aside in terms of who I am. We are facing some extreme moral crisis in our community. I believe that we lack the moral courage to stand up for what is right. When we're talking about bringing jobs to this community, let me just tell you right now, I do not believe all jobs are good jobs. We need to bring jobs to this community that are good paying, unionized jobs. Jobs that provide upward economic mobility. We have a failed economic system in this community. We have a failed economic system in this region. Warehouses do not work. A lot of people want to talk about what they're bringing with tax revenue. But what they fail to tell you is that on the eastern side of the Inland Empire, the warehouse economy costs our region every single year upwards of $500 million in mortality and morbidity rates. This calculates upward of $5 to $9 million per warehouse. Show me the revenue. Show me the upward economic mobility that it's bringing to this community. Now, you say, well, I don't agree. We have about a 33% poverty rate in this community. 82% of our children qualify for free or reduced lunch. 25% of our working population live in poverty. Don't tell me that all jobs are good jobs. Tell me we're going to bring good jobs to this community. And then I will tell you how we're going to do it. So here's how. Hopefully I have enough time. The first thing we will do, I
About
know.
30 seconds.
Well, that's not enough time.
We'll come back to it.
Please ask me.
Thank you. Mr. Malina.
Good evening. My name is Jesse Molina, and I want to thank the pastor for having us here. My vision, okay, I've been on the council for going on 80 years, okay, and there's challenges that we have, and these are challenges. It's just not one person that can come in and make all those changes. There's 5 votes up there, and all those 5 votes need to be together, okay? And my vision is, to bring diverse jobs here to the city. Like I mentioned before, I did work in a warehouse, but it was a good paying job at that warehouse nowadays. Now recently, my sister went to get a part-time job at one of these warehouses. And, I was very disappointed, They're promised 40 hours a week, and then they're called or text and say, well, they only have 2 hours for 2 days, do the next week, and so forth and so forth. And the thing that really gets me though is this is a good place for employers to come and really take advantage of the workers.
Exactly.
And the workers, there's no benefits. There isn't anything. The wages are measly wages, and then it's like having a handout, like working on the docks and waiting to be called if you're gonna be working. It's something that we all here in the city should be concerned about. I have no problem with some of the projects that are coming forward, but I wanna see those projects. You know, I'm a doubting Thomas. I'm a doubting Thomas unless I see and I touch, then I will believe. So, the vision that I have is to get this city united. United here in the city, together, and collusion with the area, okay? We have warehouses going out all across the 215.
30 seconds.
Nobody ever said anything about those. Now we have warehouses in the south side, now we're getting warehouses on the east side. Now, some of my colleagues on the council have mentioned before that we should not put our eggs in one basket. Okay? We need to start thinking about the high-paying tech jobs at the hospital. Riverside Regional Hospital, Riverside University Health System, and Kaiser, which plan to expand. And we're gonna help them. Now, the Nason corridor, there's where your library is at. It's over there on Nason Street Bridge. That's where your library is at.
Thank you, Mr. Molina.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Denise Fleming, and I'm happy to be here to represent each and every one of you. I'm the next mayor here in Moreno Valley, and I'm passionate about the city that I lived in for over 30 years and raised my two beautiful grown children in. We are not a one-issue city. We have several things going on in the city of Moreno Valley, but we are a great city. We are a passionate city, and we are filled with passionate people. But we must trust each other and move forward. And that's the problem that we've had. We're stuck. We're stuck on one issue. But we have several things, great things that are going on here in Moreno Valley. We're raising doctors and lawyers and scientists. We're raising great people in the city. But we cannot continue to argue about one issue. That issue has been voted on and is passed. We are ready to go forward in the city of Moreno Valley. We will support our hospitals that are now here. Kaiser's already here. The University Hospital is already here. That is where the jobs are coming from here in this city. We have a national teacher shortage. We have to collaborate with our school districts. We have to now start working together. Do you know the problems that are happening at our city council meetings? We can't have our youth watch them because of the division that's going on. But that's our history. That's not our future. The future is that together, as citizens of Moreno Valley, we will go forward. And we will court those businesses that want to be here in our city. We will. Because we have a great future here in the city. I just heard about the car industry, that warehouse. Did you hear what he said? That they will build their headquarters in Irvine, but put their warehouse in Moreno Valley. No, that will not happen. How come we can't have the headquarters right here in Moreno Valley and have the warehouse in Irvine? We are the next Orange County. The next Rancho Cucamonga is right here. I have been here for 30 years. I have seen the transition from taking my kids to school, watching the shepherds shepherd their sheep, and couldn't get my kids to school on time, to seeing the progress that we're in. And I've seen the confusion and the division from the problems we've had on the school board that I had to get into the system to change the school board to where our graduation rate now is 90%. And our test scores, we're still working on to get our kids. But do you know that we don't have an achievement gap in our school system anymore? We're the only district in the state of California that do not have an achievement gap between our minority and majority students. We worked on that in the last 4 years. It is done. And now we will work on our city council. We will move the city forward. But we have to do it together. I cannot do it alone. But I can do it when we all do it together. We're not a one-issue city. But we are a united city.
Thank you, Dr. Fleming.